All right. So welcome back, everyone. Thank you for joining up. So the thing is, this video is regarding the AI agent LinkedIn, and we are going to use this agent to write down, create posts for us automatically, simply using AI and nothing else. Just a chatbot where you will enter your input query, or not an input query. You can of course chat with it, but it would be mostly like where uh, you pass down as a point. Let's say you find out a new topic which has come up, and then you want to post it about on LinkedIn. Then what do? You normally go to Google, then you read some articles, and then you use that query itself to that those articles, and then you gain knowledge, and then you post it on LinkedIn. But since socialization and social media power is a really helpful and really powerful tool, we always want to post more, but we lack to do it sometimes because of the XYZ reasons. We have plenty of reasons for that, right? So in this scenario, what I'm saying is we can use this agent, and I have tested this agent in the morning, and I created an N8N flow query, a point topic on that. I took an N8N topic, and then I asked it to just do the research for me and then get me the valid points to post it on LinkedIn, to boast about it, kind of things, that you know stuff and all those things, which people mostly wish you do, though it is not appreciated that you should have the knowledge of what you're doing, but people do that, right? But then just to keep the level up the market, we should also do it, because it of course gives you a very high value, and when you're trying out to find job and all those things, kind of things, because if you're very active, then people try to reach out to more to you for some reason, due to LinkedIn algorithm, and of course the skills matters, but those are separate things. We are here to develop this agent LinkedIn. Just to give you a quick heads up, this streaming is the live agentic chatbots building which I'm doing for my Instagram series, where I am developing free AI agents for people for their use cases. Whatever use case they have, they can just you can simply put down it either in the comments, or you can fill up the form, which would I will put that in the caption. That's just a Google form where you tell me the name of your agent, what it is going to do, and what it is about. You just type down some sort of description into that, and then I will build on that. So this agent LinkedIn was also being asked by one of the user. They wanted to automate their posting on LinkedIn, and that's why we are here. So I have built that. Without wasting any more time, I will first quickly show you the demo, and after the demo we will walk through the code. We will build down the agent for this, that how we build this, how I built this, and what kind of code and what kind of stuff is written into that. It's very, though not that much complicated, it's very simple, but it's a very useful case right now. And the library which I'll be using would be LangGraph for this scenario, and through LangGraph we will create and initialize our agents. Let me just quickly first show you the demo. I will just move myself on to the right here. uh, Let me go right into this. Okay, and I will bring up my another screen. For that I need to, yeah, this is this one, but for that I need to move this up, and I need to hide this. I come here, and then here I am. All right, come on. Yes, perfect. So let's start with the demo, and this is the code section. This is VS Code. Now, for before we proceed with that, let me show you my profile. There is no posting which has been done already, just to demonstrate it very clearly. The last post which I had done was in morning at before 9 hours, when I was testing this N8N workflow. Now I am going to run this. So I'm using Gemini model and LangChain for this. So I have already activated my environment, which you can see here, .env, and this is the agent LinkedIn. I'll just simply type down Python agent LinkedIn.py. So this I have built in sort of form of a chatbot, and I have also provided it memory where it has the previous memory of what we are talking about. So the agent has activated. Please ignore this warning. This is just something else we did not want to focus on. This is the user input which we have to type. So I can just say simply, hi there. So agent comes into action and then is asked what post you want to make on LinkedIn. So there are very different topics which could be there. Earlier in the morning, I have put down as at N8 and workflows. If you have anything into your mind, maybe you can put down that into the chat, or what I will do otherwise, I will choose one from myself. Let me go on to the Google quickly and look out for an interesting topic to put down to. So what we can put down, interesting topics about AI for LinkedIn posts. Top trending post about AI are performance debugging for databases using LLM agents. Yes, this sounds pretty cool. This sounds nice and interesting. Let's put down for that. So it is asking, hello, how I can help you with your LinkedIn post today. I'm going to say for this topic, do the research and create a LinkedIn post interesting in bullet points, useful for tech people, and don't use markdown format. That's it. So it goes, and this agent has come up the search web serper, that is I'm using serper here, subdev, and it goes on to the research, and this is what it has produced as per the topic. It says level up your database debugging with LLMs. Tired of wrestling with database performance issues? Check out this innovative approach leveraging large language models. LLMs can analyze complex data. It has given me automated diagnosis, contextual understanding, actionable insights, faster resolution, and enhanced collaboration. So it has given me these points for our this topic, performance debugging and using LLM agents. So if we see here, has it posted on LinkedIn already? It shouldn't have. Let us check quickly. Has it? Right. The last post is still revolutionizing social media. So now I ask it, post this on LinkedIn, and please make sure it's not in markdown format, because it's otherwise it's using asterisk and all those things. Mark this prompt, I can put that directly into my system prompt itself, but this is just show you a demonstration, and this is the thing. So it has successfully posted on the LinkedIn, and this is the observation ID which it has shared, and it has posted this content that level up your database debugging with LLM. Tired of wrestling with database performance issue? Check out the innovative approach leveraging large language models, automated diagnosis, and complete complex database logs. Let's quickly check out on the, this is my ID, and I click here. Let's see. So there you go. This is the latest post. You can see this is now level your database with debugging with LLMs. Tired of wrestling with database performance issues? Language models, automated LLM diagnosis LLMs. LLMs can analyze complex data logs and queries, then complex and this blah blah blah, contextual understanding, actionable insights, faster resolution, and enhanced collaboration. So this is what it can do. You understand? This is so much easier, and we can improve on this by writing a better system prompt, and we can actually try out with that also while we are executing. So this tool is really super cool, and I think I am also going to use it, because though I even want to be active on LinkedIn, but then it takes a lot of research which you need to do for reading out those things. And when you'd use this, even at least before posting, when it is doing the research for me, at least I will read that thing, so I know I'm up to date with the day-to-day up to date of AI, which is coming up so much faster, and it's actually hard to keep cope up with, right? So this is the explanation. This tool is working, and now let's try to build this tool. I have already have the code, but we will try to build this tool. For that, we need to do some steps, right? Let's quickly go into the VS Code. I'm going to close this here. Now, for this, what I'm doing, normally, what is an agent? An agent is something which is, you know, it's mostly like you have your LLM and then you combine tools with it. Build live agent naukri.py. Cool. So I will start with this here, and then I'm going to drag this thing out of my screen, and let's start building with this tool. Yes, so the first thing comes up is how agents are built. That what is an agent? Agent is that you have your language model and you're providing some sort of capability to your language model to execute that tool, right? So you define a tool and then you give it to an LLM, and then you say this is the tool, use it when it is required. Simple. This is what an agent is in a very precise and defined manner, how you can understand it as in a layman. All right, to start with this, what we need first is we need LinkedIn's API, right? LinkedIn provides us authorized API through which we can create automation to post these things, right? Now, to do that, let me quickly walk you through that. So there is something called as LinkedIn dot developer .com. LinkedIn dot developer.com. Okay, maybe it's developer.linkedin.com. uh, yeah, it's developer.linkedin.com. So you go here and this comes up. So here it allows you to create an app. So basically it is, you create this application which allows you to log in as a service. It's like a service which you are using, and then it has the API key and the client secrets and all those things which we need. So if you go here, so I have already created an app. This is my app. Okay, the catch here is that to create this application we need to have a LinkedIn page active on your LinkedIn ID. Okay, now if you see here, I already I have created a LinkedIn page, and I thought maybe we can use this for our future references and purposes, and you can follow up on this LinkedIn if you want to, and you follow up this page, and then we can maybe go ahead and keep up with the community. So I already have a community on a URL. That URL is there on my Instagram bio. It's on nas.io, and you can go ahead with that. And then on LinkedIn we can uh, use this community to communicate and free job posting and all those things for us to evolve better and then communicate better and to understand better. So this is the page which I have created. So you need to create this page, okay, and then we use this URL. How do you create this page? You go here for business, you create a company page, you select on a company, and then you type the name of the company you want to provide. You can type out, let's say, AIML.com, because I have already used this in morning, it will not allow me. Cool. You just type on this AIML community. Okay, so this is available, let's say. So this is the URL which will be generated, and then you do not require the website. For industry, you can simply type down IT services and consulting, or IT consulting, whichever you want. You select the organization size. It can be 0 to 1 or 2 to 10 employees depending on your page or your organization. And then the organization type is, if you're self-employed, non-profits, all sole proprietorship, you select one type. Doesn't matter whichever you select. It allows you for all the application allows you for all the types to access to the public that API key. So here, let's say if you say non-profit, something like that, and then you have to upload a logo here, and you click on this, and then this will create your page. I have already created this page, so let me just quickly go on to that instead of creating a new page. Otherwise, because I think LinkedIn doesn't allow you to delete the page once you have created. So in morning when I was testing, I earlier created AIML com, but I encountered some errors, and then that's why I decided to create another page. So this is the page. So once you come onto the page, you click on it as view as member, and then this is the URL which is useful for us for creating this application. Which application? Here. When you are on the home page, what you need to do, you click on create app, and then you type a name for your app. What do you want to do? So here I have let me type down it again, demo agent LinkedIn. Okay, and then you type the, so okay, LinkedIn name is not allowed here. So what I can do, I can just do this, instead of correct spelling, I just put a improper spelling. So this is the page, which is you enter the URL, and then you upload a logo from this. The logo this is the my AIML community logo, and you click here, and then you click on create app. So your app is created. Now you need to request the access for the API keys. There are two API keys. One is share on LinkedIn, and another is sign in with LinkedIn using OpenID Connect. Okay, when you do that, so when you click on share on LinkedIn, you agree to this and request for the access, and that access is quickly granted to you. So we already have the access to this. And then another is OpenID Connect. You click on this, and then you request access to this. So these are the two APIs access which we need. Sorry for this. Yeah. Now we need to authorize ourselves. So this is the primary is already created. You go here, and AIML community, you click on verify, and then you generate a URL. You copy this URL, open a new browser, paste it in the website page, and this will ask for you that do you want to allow this. I have successfully allowed this, and if we go here, I'm done, and you refresh this page, and then you will see you have been verified. Okay, now what we need to do is so there are two APIs which is available, which we are going to use. Let me quickly share that documentation with you. Give me a minute about it. I am not remembering where I have stored that. So there is this documentation. Let me search it in the history. In the morning, I have used LinkedIn, inspector token, OAuth tool, generator token, uh, setting apps, details. No, this is not the page. Yeah, so I think the documentation is available here itself. Let's quickly go through this one. So if we go here, this is the view on, this is the share on LinkedIn, how you request for that. So this is for posting it, the UGC post URL which we are using, which we are going to use to post the content. But to post the UGC URL, what we need here is this ID which you see, this sample request body. This is a unique sub ID for each and every user. To get this sub ID, we need another URL, and that is here it is mentioned as user info. Okay, and we need this access token for that. To get the access token, you go into the auth, and uh, yeah, products settings. Cool. We need to create an auth for this. Let me quickly search in my history from where I created the authentication app detail. We need this. This is the primary secret client. We do not need this one. What we need is Let us search on the Google itself instead of that. Bearer token. I think I found it from the documentation in the morning. Where is that? Where is the documentation? Yeah. So you can ID tokens can be validated by the metadata, and this is the developer portal. Yes, request through the developer portal. Okay, this is for the application. So we need an access token, and then you select my apps, and then ID token is available, which contains discovery document. We do not need this. Additional resources. No. Let's search on the Google itself. Beer token access. Beer token access for this particular URL. Which one? UGC post one. This is a user info here, and we go down into this one. Sign in with LinkedIn ID. This is the same URL. Download official sign in LinkedIn button. No. Yeah, so I created this access token through products. No, to analytics. I think it's docs and tools, API status, OAuth token tools. Yeah, create token. This is this one. So you have to select the demo agent client, which you have to do, and then you provided all the permissions here, the email. So when I tested it in the morning, what I did, I thought that I might not require all this permission, and I just selected this WM members social post to create, modify, and delete post comments. But I was facing some bug, so I was able. It was giving me 403, even though everything was correct. My access token and everything was correct. It was giving me 403. So that's why I have to create another page. So I suggest that you use all the four, and then you request the access token. So this will create an access token for you, and it asks for the sign in. Once to approval, that is your page, and you have to approve that. Give all the necessary permissions to it, and your access token will be generated. So this is the access token which we need. Okay, we use this access token, and then let me quickly show you here. So once we have the access token, we are going to use this URL, user info URL. User info URL helps us to get the details of the sub ID. If we go here quickly, this is the UGC post, user info. Where is the user info URL? This is a user info URL. So this subject identifier is the main thing which we need. So this is unique for each and every one. This subject identifier is unique for each and every one. This is what we need to create the UGC posts. Inside the UGC post, you need to pass on this unique sub. Okay, so and how do we get this unique sub? We use this particular URL and then pass bearer access token using OAuth 2. If you see here, I have passed on user info here, and then you put OAuth 2.0 here and paste your access token here. Once you do that, you hit send. It sends you the unique ID. Right? This is what we need. So to do that, what I'm going to do, I am going to the new ID which I have created. I'm going to paste this here, and I am going to click on the send button. So this is a unique sub which has been created for that particular application. Then what do? You go to code here, and for the Python request, copy this code. For every one of you which you will be using, this cookie will be there, which is important. Rest I could have just simply shown it to you into the Python code itself, but I wanted to show you this particular cookie which is important. So we are going to put everything into the environment variable, the authorization bearer access token and the cookie. And once you have that, this token here, and you go on to the new request, and you type down into your UGC post, this is your body. The body, you can simply copy it from this one. No, this is the response. This is a UGC post which we have created. This is sample request body. You copy this, and this is the unique sub ID you have to enter here, And what you can do is, so let me copy this unique sub ID here, and this I paste here, and I can type, you can type your message here simply. You say, hey world, I am posting through my automated LinkedIn account. Yeah, but this might create an issue for me. I'll just simply put hello world. I don't want to people to think like I'm not actually human and I'm not active on that. I am very active on social media, currently more active towards YouTube, but yeah, I'm always active towards learning new things, and so of course I'm active towards LinkedIn also, and I do respond to each and every one of who tries to contact me and try to help people. So you're free to come and ask questions anytime you want. Put down it in comments here on Instagram or on LinkedIn. I'm always available most of the time. And if I'm not replying, then I might take time in replying, but I will reply when I have the efficient amount of time. Okay, so if I click this hello world, so what it does, it prints, it says does not match the company URL DM. Okay, so looks like I have maybe not correctly added up this one. Oh yeah, because my bearer token is different. Here also you need to pass on the bearer token which you have created. So this bearer token which we had created, you need to copy this access token, and then you need to pass on this access token here also. And then this is the body, this remains same, this is correct. I think I've copied it correctly. So this is the one, and then you go on to the new request and you paste it. I think I pasted it correctly, I hope, or I am having some sort of not able to see properly. Let me quickly see it here. I think I'm trying to, yeah, and then I paste it here. Yeah, and then we send hello world. Yeah, so it has successfully sent it, created the message. And then let's quickly see on the Instagram. You go to your profile, and we can see the post which we have created. Hello world, right? I don't want this anyone to see this, so I'm going to delete it. And also I'm going to delete the earlier post which we have created. I do not want to put this right now. Okay, so this is the use of the LinkedIn API. Now we have to create the agent. Creating agent is very quick, and let's quickly do it. So first we are going to do all the imports, that is request and Google Server API wrapper, and then we load our environment variables, that is load.env, and then let's call our environment variables. For memory, I'm using checkpointer. Okay, so this is the bearer token which we have got. Cookie we already have. UGC post URL, this is the UGC post URL which we need to put it in here. This one, this is the UGC post URL which you need to put it in your environment variable. And then LinkedIn UGC info URL, that is the another info, though it is not required. I was trying to get it and trying to embed. I thought initially it might be required. It is not required. You can skip this one. It is not useful. Unique ID is that sub ID which we have created, that is required. And then is Google API key and SERP API key. These are the environment variables. Now let's quickly instantiate our language model. And yeah, uh, you know Copilot knows everything. So you say chat Google generative AI. The model which I am going to using is model equals to, yes, Gemini 1.5 flash, and temperature I will keep at 0. Maximum, let me quickly write it down so that people who are following along, it is useful, because otherwise we tend to skip it, right? So I will just say temperature equals to 0, then max tokens equals to none, and then timeout also none, and then max retries you pass on this so that model just doesn't go crazy. This is what we are going to use as a command. Max retries as 2, that's it. Okay, so this is our large language model which we need, and then I'm going to call the SERP API. SERP is equal to Google SERP API wrapper. This Google SERP API wrapper is by using the LangChain community. From LangChain, we are importing Google SERP API wrapper, and then we will use this Google SERP API wrapper. Okay, then comes the tools which we need to create. First, we will define our very first tool, that is a tool using the SERP API, that is you pass on as a query and then it does a internet search for you. So that is @ tool, and then you go and use search web serper. So this is a decorator which is required. Then you define a function search web serper. So AI has what it has done, language model, that we don't tend to type these things, and that's why I mostly what I do, even if I'm using the code from OpenAI, I tend to write it so that I do not lose the practice and I do not become lazy just to copy paste everything. So you use SERP API to search the, sorry, search spelling is wrong, search the web and return results as a string. Okay, so what it is going to do, it is going to search for a query which is being passed on and check on the internet to get the results for that. So SERP API, we can test it. The URL for this is, so there are, this is the serper URL. Okay, this is the serper.dev. You go there and then you create a new API key. There will be API keys, you can simply create it and use that. If you want me to quickly show you the testing of this, let me quickly show you the test of this. Okay, I am printing here. Okay, let me remove this print statement, and it's not required. I'll remove all these things just for testing, and then you can simply type here again what is LangChain. So this is going to go on onto your internet and search for it. It is of course taking from the cache, and then it gives you the result. Anyways, don't use this. I'm going to anyway deactivate it, this API key. So get your new one. It's free, guys. Don't use mine. Why you want to use mine? All right. And then we create another tool. Okay, I do not want this. You create another tool regarding posting on the LinkedIn. Okay, so that tool would be the function from the postman, which we have seen, this code which we have seen, new request, where you go here from the code, from the Python request, you can simply copy this code and put down into the function. So this is very simple, but it is very useful. So you go here and do @tool post content on LinkedIn, and then you define a function post. It is, I think it is taking from my memory itself. It is not allowing me to type, but still we will type because it is important. When we are doing these things, we should know what we are doing, right? Instead of copy pasting. Otherwise, most of the time what will happen, you will just run this thing and you don't know what is happening inside. So when you create the tool, you also have to define inside the string. This description string is very important. So because that is being used by the large language models to understand that when and where these tools needs to be called. So I say here that function, this is a function to post on LinkedIn using UGC API. Okay, so this is cool. Then we take the URL, is LinkedIn post URL. Then we have to define the payload. Payload is JSON dot dumps, and then you define your parameters inside the dictionary. First is author. So this thing I will take it from the code because we already have that. So this payload I will just simply write down here. Okay, so that I do not miss this thing, since it's a live and I would want you to finish it in time. I don't want it to extend for too long. So this content is very important, because this content which we have defined is being used by the large language model. That is whatever content it has generated from here. So using this tool will be, it will use this tool and pass on the create the content, and then that content will is passed on as an input into this function, and this will be sent to post on the LinkedIn. This content is a variable which we are defining, and then this is a unique ID variable. Then you have this shared media category here. So what I'm going to do is, this function is same from that postman, so you just simply use here. Let me correct this. I think let me correctly paste it here properly. So this is the function. Okay, so this is the author, all these things which is there inside the URL. It's very simple. We do not need to go this much deep into this particular API itself. What it is need, what it is requiring as a parameter is important. That is unique ID, content, your bearer token, and the LinkedIn cookie which you have created. You put everything into your environment variable, load them here, and then use this. Now we have the two tools which we require. Next, we just quickly need to create our agent. To create our agent, first I will just let me create the agent first, then we will create the this to initialize agent, and then we have to pass it tools. Okay, this tools is the two tools which we have created above, that is post content. Come on, this guy is giving me post content on LinkedIn, and then the search web server. Okay, and then we need to pass LLM. LLM is chat, this Gemini 1.5, which we have already activated at top. Then we need to pass agent quarks, that is system prompt. That is important. You type down a system prompt where you mention a system message. You say what you want to be it like. Okay, the system message would be that you are a helpful agent. The system message would be you are a helpful assistant that can use the web server tool, and then all those things which we want. So I will just copy paste this here instead of where is word wrap here, all that. Okay, So this is the system message. You are a helpful assistant that can search the web using the SERP web tool, post content on LinkedIn using post content on LinkedIn tool, use the tools provided to assist with tasks. So I have observed this, that if you pass on the name of the tools also with the use case, it is always helpful for the agent to call it, because it's okay, because here we are just calling 2 agents, but when you're calling more than 2 agents sometimes and then you pass it on it as into the prompt itself, um, agents tend to perform better. So this is just out of experience. And then user will provide a topic to post about on LinkedIn, and you will search the web for the relevant information, create a well-structured post in bullet points, and then post it on LinkedIn using the UGC API. You will provide a summary of the post in a single line to the user. We can also add on here, don't post on LinkedIn in markdown format and keep proper spacing. So this you can modify as per yourself if you want to make some changes in that. Two things which are important here. First is we need to create a memory, because currently we haven't created a memory. Even if it brings out, uses the search web server tool and then brings up the information using internet, since it doesn't have the memory, it will tend to, you know, not tend to, it will not remember what it has done in the previous task, because it doesn't have the memory. It's just one time single prompt use which you're calling up. So that's why you define a memory. So the memory would be conversational buffer memory and would be chat history. Memory key is chat history, and then return message is equal to true. So here in the model itself, you need to pass on the memory. So you say, let's quickly do it here itself after the agent works. Then you say memory equals to memory, and then verbose equals to true for you to understand this. And then checkpointer is not checkpointer, this is the memory which we are using here. This is the memory which we are using here. Okay. And then one more thing is agent. You need to define what kind of agent you are creating. This is also important. Chat, conversational, react, description type of agents. There are different type of agents which you can create, and then you need to define this. Okay, so our agent is created, and all we need to do is run this. To do that, what you do, we have to define a function to run it like a chatbot. You can put it into your Streamlit application and then use it for your college project, or if you do not like to work on CMD, or you can simply get a Streamlit application where you just go in and then you type on this user input, and then it converts, it has a conversation with you in that way. It's very easy. So I'm not going to write down this one here, I just copy paste so that we do not waste the time here. So it's very simple, that you take user input and then you invoke the agent. Okay, one thing which is important is that, yeah, so we are printing out the output, and then for keyboard is interpreted, then it will interpreted interrupt, not interpreted. If the keyboard is interrupt, then it will simply exit the flow, and then an exception and error will occur, all those things. So all right, so we have created here, and then let's just quickly test this thing. I have already created the .env. I'm using the earlier one which I have already created, and you can create the .env file. It's very simple. All you need to do is take this, unique name. Okay, type this unique name equals to whatever value you have, you put down it in strings. That's it, and then you load the environment variable here, and everything is done. So I am just going to run this. I will okay, I'm in PowerShell. I need to go into the CMD. This is the earlier which we have created. I will clear my screen, and then we will run Python. What is the name of this? Build live agent naukri.py. Hopefully I haven't done any mistake. Yeah, nice. Okay, so we have this memory here. This, avoid this. this message. You can use warnings library. I haven't used it. You can just import warnings and ignore the warnings, and then you can just simply say hi there. So it execute, please provide me the topic to post on LinkedIn, and I need a subject to begin my research and post creation. How about uh, automation of LinkedIn posts? So it says automation of LinkedIn post. It does the research. I'm trying to automate my post. It is observation it has taken out, and this is the action input. Automate LinkedIn post offers significant time saving and efficient gains of creators and business. This is the final answer. Several methods exist, primarily leveraging the LinkedIn API. However, the direct posting via the API requires careful attention. Okay, so this is the output which it has, which is showing it to us. I will say, write down the useful points to post on LinkedIn used by technical people. You can play with it. It's natural language, and then you can post it any way you want, how you want it to be. Like you want it for technical people, you want it for business users, all those case scenario you can use. Okay, so it has created it as, here are some useful points for LinkedIn post targeting and professional technician. Of course, it has not understood me clearly, and instead of taking up the previous message, it has taken up, mm, uh, it thought that I'm asking tips for technical professional on creating effective LinkedIn post and all those things, and it has created on that, right? We can change the same system prompt and play with it, and the way we want the output, we can do that. We can also define it in the structure output, one more agent, or one put down a JSON output parser, where you can define on what kind of output you want. You want a title, then the description, and all those things. You pass on that, and then it will simply give you that content in that format. And you put that content, ask LLM to put that content into your tools which you have created, and it will simply post it on LinkedIn. So if we test it, I'll say post it on LinkedIn. Please provide me the content would you like me to work. I also need to know if you have already obtained the necessary LinkedIn API credentials. Okay, so let's see what is going on here and why it is not understanding our thing. So we have created memory and conversational memory. Let's try to see if it has a memory first. Is it being successfully executed? Hi there, my name is Abhishek. What is my name? Your name is Abhishek. So that it has that, right? So I will say post on LinkedIn regarding the useful points for LinkedIn, useful points for a LinkedIn targeted at technical. So this was the output. Let me just quickly take the query itself. Tips for technical professionals. Okay. Post on LinkedIn about. Okay. Then we say, have you posted? I have not yet posted. I need the content you want me to. Looks like it is hallucinating. First, let me check. I hope I have not created multiple posts, right? So this improvement can be done. It's very easy. You need to play it with the prompt to make it understand if it is working properly. Let's quickly see it here. Has it posted? No, it has not posted. It is asking for the LinkedIn credentials, which is it. Or maybe because I have created the new credentials, the old one, the sub ID, or maybe I need to put down in my environment variable again. So if I go here, okay, I can't share the environment variable with you guys right now. So this is very simple. What I will do is I will just change these things later on. So this is my LinkedIn bearer token, LinkedIn cookie, unique ID, post, and then SERP API key. Let me try it changing with the unique ID since that is changed. And this is that. Then this is a UGC post is okay. Bearer token will also change because we have created a new bearer token. So I need to, looks like my laptop is giving me trouble. So you go here and then add your LinkedIn bearer token into the, yeah, my cookies has also changed, right? Because I have used another application. I need to go here, copy my cookies and paste this cookies here. Uh, okay, this one extra. All right, now let's try once more. Okay, let's clear the screen and then build live agent py. So I hope you are enjoying this. So this is part of how you troubleshoot, and of course you face errors, and since we are doing it on live, this is what is the intention is, so you see the issues which we get even if we didn't get much time this time. Post on LinkedIn about linear regression. Post on LinkedIn. Please provide me with the content you would like me to. I need the text of your post. All right. This is, are we missing something here? Are we missing something here? Memory is there. We have clearly defined it. And then we have tools, post content on LinkedIn. And let's see if the tool name is correct. Yes, this is correct. And then this is the search web server. This is the search web server. And this is a query which it is running up, that it is running properly. LinkedIn unique ID, content, and response text. So let me try to see what is the difference here. Instead of, I will close this agent LinkedIn and we will go here. So key chat history, looks like there is something is missing. So but you have understood, right? This is extending the live stream, but this is part of it. Maybe I will show you what was the error in the next live stream. What do you guys think? Because it should technically this code is working. We have tested this. Let us try again with this one. Maybe because I've created a new application, there might be limitation to the number of applications which has been created, and LinkedIn doesn't allow or might be giving some sort of error on that. Let me run the same application again with the credentials and then see. uh, have I saved it? I hope I have. Yes, I had, right? So this is the Python agent. I say post on LinkedIn about linear regression. It creates, goes to server. Okay, now I say post on LinkedIn. Yeah, so I think it looks like, because since it is giving, maybe because I created more than 2 pages and then it is not allowing me to do that. It is the same code which we had done at the start of the demo. So whatever is there, maybe I will find the reason that, and I'll let you know that either it is because of the number of applications which we have created. Is there a limitation to that in that? Or maybe I've been trying it since morning and there might be limitation to the API keys of the LinkedIn also. Since it's a free version, there might be some sort of limitations to do that. So that's all for this video, and whatever update is there, I will surely update you into on my Instagram, and I will add there, and then you can go out and check out like what was the exact issue, or maybe I'll put down it into caption if to mention the exact issue, what it was like. I am doubting about the LinkedIn API. I think that is why it is not allowing me, because the same code can't go wrong, right? We have just tested it at the start of the demo. So okay, so now if you want to create anything else for yourself, for a beautiful use case, big beautiful use case, like everything, everything. So if you want me to do that, you feel free to put down either in the comments, or you can fill the form which is there. And then this, don't forget, this is the part of the live stream of the Instagram which I'm doing. And if you like the content, please don't forget to like and subscribe. That is motivating, and that is the whole uh, you know goal of reaching out to people. And then so many things which are coming up, I want to devote it to everyone, so that everyone can come up and learn freely. Everyone doesn't have that much of knowledge of, especially when we are in the colleges, we don't know that where should we start with, and what is the exact point. So many things are coming up into the AI. When we started, it was prompt engineering, then it comes to the RAG, then it comes to the agents, then fine tuning, then A2A, then MCP. All things keeps on going on and increasing. And all I'm trying to do is to give you all the knowledge I have, and then the knowledge which is upcoming, which is current, which is coming up daily into the current news, to be able to cope up with that. So this is a mechanism for me to be able to cope up with that, and be able to teach to the people for free without charging anything on this content. So I hope you like the content. If you do, please don't forget to like and subscribe. Adios, ciao, see you next time. I will go offline now. Where is my live stream? There we have. Okay, guys, see you next time. Bye bye.